Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of What CD is Rob listening to? I'm your host, Rob, and today, being it's the 24th of May, we're going to pull out Rush's third studio album from 1975. This is Caress of Steel. Now, despite having the distinction of being one of their worst performing albums when it was released, this is one of my very favorite Rush albums, with only 5 songs to choose from. This was probably a lot for fans of the first album and of Fly By Night to take in. But looking at Fly By Night, especially the song By Tor and the Snow Dog, you could see that they were moving towards more epic pieces, as evidenced by the Necromancer and the Fountain of Lamneth here. The band's first sidelong epic, The Fountain of Lamneth, broke into 6 parts. It took the entire side B. And I guess that was a turnoff for a lot of fans. I'm not sure why, as the next album, 2112, blew up, and the first song, 2112, the title track, takes the entire side A. So I'm not sure why in some people's minds there's such a huge difference between this album and the follow-up, 1976's 2112. But for me, I think this is a phenomenal record from start to finish, kicking off with one of the band's heaviest tunes, Bastille Day. The song is about the French Revolution, and it's just heavy. It's killer. It's some of Alex's best riffs. Geddy's bass sounds phenomenal. The vocals are as banshee screeching as ever, and that might be a turnoff for some folks, but I just love Geddy's vocals. I always have. Neil sounds like a monster on the drums. It's just phenomenal. The second track, I Think I'm Going Bald, a bit silly lyrically, but there's a lot of really good sentiment in it. And I heard it was, or I read that it was a reply to Kiss's Going Blind. But that guy's 93 years old, and it's a weird song. This one is, I Think I'm Going Bald, is more sentimental, and there's a great sentiment in the lyrics there. The next track, Lakeside Park, is why we play this song every year on the 24th of May, because the lyric is everyone would gather on the 24th of May sitting in the sand to watch the fireworks display, and that was at Lakeside Park in, I believe it's Ontario. I know Neil grew up in, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Port Dalhousie. So anyway, we have to play that because it was written about an event and a place in Neil's childhood, and it took lyrically, like I said, 24th of May. Track 4 is the sequel to By Tor and the Snow Dog. By Tor runs off, and By Tor and the Snow Dog head between his legs, defeated. But he comes back as the hero in the Necromancer, and to be fair, no one's ever really sure why. But such a great song. Some really cool vocals from Neil. Well, I mean, it's just talking, but some cool effects added, and it's just creates such a cool vibe, and it's such a heavy, fantastic song. Killer drums in the track. I love the vocal melody in Return of the Prince. It's just such a killer track. And then the rest of the album, side B, for you older folks, you know, I have this on vinyl, I've had this on cassette, so I know side B. Even though I grew up mostly in the CD era, I was born in 79, so CDs weren't really widespread or even invented yet by then. I don't fucking know. Either way, I grew up with this on record, so I didn't get the CD until mid-90s. Anyway, The Fountain of Lamneth is broken into, like I said, 6 parts. You've got the intro, which is In the Valley. Starts off kind of acoustically, really cool vibe there. Didax and Narpets is mostly just a drum solo with some screaming back and forth and some guitar like chords, some power hits and stuff. So it's kind of cool. No One at the Bridge is kind of a quieter, more melodic tune, I guess, not really quieter. Panacea is sort of the power ballad of the epic. Bacchus Plateau is actually my favorite, kind of a heavier piece. And then The Fountain to wrap it up. Really cool tune. It's about man's journey from birth to death, to finding the Fountain of Lamneth, and he finally gets there. And lyrically, what I pieced together is that he has more questions than answers at that point. I've got many versions of this, but this is the 97 remaster. I'm not going to take the CD out because I don't want to get in trouble for the Starman's bootay. And here's the back cover. Now, as you can tell, the cover is more of a bronze color, and that's because when the album was originally released, somebody at the printing press fucked up, and it became more bronze than a still color, which was Hugh Symes. concept that kind of got ruined, and I guess no one thought to fix it upon re-releases or anything. So I guess we get Caress of Bronze. Either way, one of my favorite Rush albums, definitely top 5, phenomenal record, and one I'm going to crank up right now. So until next time, doodles.